For the 8th consecutive year, the CTO invited students who are rising stars in tourism to participate in the Students' Colloquium. This component of Caribbean Week was organized to attract students enrolled in tourism, hospitality, and the auxiliary disciplines who have a passion for the region and a desire to make a contribution to its development. The Caribbean Students' Colloquium is focused on sustainable tourism development. Among its objectives are to provide a platform for promoting the Caribbean tourism as a premier year-round warm-weather destination, a catalyst for creativity through competitiveness and scholastical research, to enhance in-class learning among students by heightening awareness of and sensitivity to the sustainable efforts in the Caribbean region, present decision makers with new ideas for practical projects that can be implemented in the Caribbean communities that can spur economic activities. All participating students currently are either enrolled in an associate or bachelor's degree program. Judges were asked to review their business plans and agree on a short list of 4 teams of 4 students who are presenting this evening. This year's teams were required to select and present on one of the following topics, bearing in mind that their sustainability is defined as the appropriate use of resources so that future generations may benefit from them. The first topic, the recent hurricanes that affected the Caribbean countries confirm that the region is vulnerable to a number of challenges, not of our making and sometimes beyond our control. CTO member countries face a variety of other challenges in their attempt to implement sustainable tourism. They were to design and develop a strategic plan to confront one of the challenges listed below and to make a case for how plans differs from one currently being used. They were also asked to design a detailed tourism attraction proposal for Caribbean destinations of their choice. Identify the linkages in the local communities, engagement, and need to be part of the overall development strategy for farming, industrial construction, and arts and crafts. They were also asked to present an empirical or physical initiative that governments can implement to boost tourism and the economic benefits within their local communities. This should include a comparative analysis of strategies currently employed by Caribbean destinations. The finalists then were chosen by the judges, and today we have 4 teams who were chosen to present this evening. Those 4 teams were asked to present today in a freestyle presentation. So today you will see their creativity. They are asked to use drama, PowerPoints, whatever they feel like they were supposed to present to you, to the judges this evening. And I'm sure you're excited to hear and to learn about what exactly they're presenting today, and so are we as well. So let me introduce you to the teams this evening. Are we all in the room right now? Are the all teams all here? Representing the Monroe College, which is right here in the U.S., we have Alfonso Henry, Rico Neely, Ajaya Oliver, and Talia Tanner. Representing the University College of the Cayman Islands, we have Janae Whitaker, Shanique Freighter, Elizabeth Williams, and Avanin Ranky. Representing the University of the Bahamas, Stuart Hanna, Aisha Jones, Ashley Turnquest, and Laurie Major. And representing the University of Technology, Jamaica, Nakisha Palmer, Chantel Green, Alicia Knight, Katrina Nembird, and Elisa Jordan.
Come on over to our craft house where there's much more to see and where our locals will showcase their creativity.
Where you'll find unique hand creations. Ever heard of wampus? Or seen a cat boat? Or skip on thatch rope? Play with a gig or wooden dominoes? If not, you're in the right spot.
Can you see the fire burning?
Hear the fire popping? See the water bubbling?
Is your belly rumbling? From singing and dancing, engaged in arts and crafts, I know you're ready to come to a culinary house where you will see local culinary acclaimed chefs, where local style meals are prepared for you to eat. Ever had Cayman style beef?
What about conch and turtle stew? All prepared just for you. Mmm, ah.
You want seconds after just one bite.
Ingredients from these meals will be sourced from our local farmers as Colloquium's way of supporting our island's agriculture. In addition to watching demonstrations and interacting with local chefs, have a seat in a caboose restaurant where you can wine and dine with family and friends.
When your belly all full and ready to go, stop at a history house where you will learn.
A long, long time ago, 515 years to be exact, a time when crocodiles, turtles, and lizards were our main inhabitants, no real sign of civilization, discovered by Europeans, the Cayman Islands came into existence. Coming here, Caymanian veterans share their past experience, how they sailed and conquered the sea, contributing to the country's economy. Boy, them good old days is what you hear them Caymanians say, especially on the days they laughed and they played on our world-famous beaches.
Our final stop in a Caymanian village is our beach house, who will showcase 3D dive spots and their vibrant coral scenes, our maritime heritage and our sandy beaches.
With our 5 homes, guests will see there's more to Colloquium than they think. Colloquium's linkage to the construction industry is to give locals the opportunity to build or plan with their constructive minds and hands and ensure Colloquium is brought to life.
Now that we reach our final stop, cross over our bridge into a water park where families and children have fun and play, splashing and dashing throughout the day.
Slide, ride, come on,
take a dive,
experience Colloquium Adventure and have the time of your life. Would you like comfort? Would you like rest? Have a taste of luxury at its best? This we will take as a yes.
Pop over to our Ville accommodation and book yourself a reservation. We can enjoy our Cayman time reflecting on the best day of your life.
So why don't you experience the Cayman Islands, Islands of 3, at Colloquium, the place to be, the place for you and me. Now let's get down to business.
Who's our market?
Where would they come from? How will we get their attention? First of all, everyone is welcome. Colloquium is for you. Excursionists,
CO visitors, and locals,
Colloquium welcomes you. Especially your cultural tourists.
According to the World Tourism Organization, 37% of global tourism is accounted by cultural tourists. This number is expected to grow by 15% each year, this we know. Majority of the market will come from North America and Europe, and we will reach out to them using social media,
tourism and personal websites,
magazines,
and airport terminals artistic wall murals. With pictures and high-definition videos, Colloquium will finance our venture. And with everything that we have, we'll continue to finance our plan.
We will use TripAdvisor to promote our business. We use TripAdvisor to promote our business, and based on customer feedback, we will promote our product and better it. So who are our competitors? Colloquium has several competitors, not only in Cayman, but also in the Caribbean.
At Colloquium, we offer variety, while we exude life and vitality. With an all-inclusive concept and other packages,
Colloquium will be at a competitive advantage.
With our 1-star package, you can visit our Caymanian village or our water park.
With our 2-star package, you can visit our Cayman village and water park. With our 3-star package, you can have a holistic experience where you can go to our Caymanian village, water park, and villa accommodation.
In just 1 stop, experience the Cayman Islands, Islands of 3, at Colloquium, the place to be, the place for you and me. Now that we have discussed our marketing plan, let's get into our finance. Let's talk about money and how Colloquium will benefit the community through sustainability.
a for-profit organization, and an initial investment of $10.7 million, Colloquium will be in business.
Using a 70-30 ratio, we will finance our venture. We will provide our settings through economy socialization, and with the profits made, we'll give back to our community.
Regrettably, the remaining 30% will be sourced through loans from our local financial agencies.
The Cayman Islands Development Bank specifically, supporting nation-building projects and other sustainable initiatives.
Regrettably, in our first year, Colloquium operates at a loss.
But this is not a discouragement.
We'll have a steady growth in the following 3 years to come, with a break even in our second year of operation.
On a projected income statement sheet, you will see where our revenue will be dispersed between paying off bills and other expenditures. There's no income tax.
Thank God Cayman is tax-free, for Colloquium is sure to thrive in Cayman's economy.
Here you can see our total revenue growth from 2018 into 2022. We took great care and used conservative projections, and we believe positive growth will continue for our attraction and its unique destination.
Being socially responsible with profit earned, Colloquium will give back to the Cayman Islands
by involving youth to be in internships and volunteer programs, encourage them to be proud in who they are and where they came from.
Combining 3 stars of an entity, Colloquium aims to strengthen the Cayman Islands economy.
So why don't you, and you, invest in Colloquium? Help us promote our Caymanian village,
Water park,
and build accommodation,
where we showcase our arts and crafts,
local cuisine, and heritage. In just one stop, you can enjoy it all. Colloquium, the place to be for you and me, reconnecting our communities.
The Monroe College from New Rochelle, USA.
Everybody talking sustainability and how their attractions are the best. But never ever let nobody come fool we. Cotton Valley will be known as the best. So when you talk about natural beauty and sustainability, not one of them ideas to compete with we. Cause we proud of we master plan, a path full of attractions, beholding the beauty of our islands. Cotton Valley naturally, the future of our country. Now we can tell you our story. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from St. Kitts and Nevis, I am Alfonso Henry.
From Nassau, the Bahamas, I am Rico Neely.
Talia Tanner, hailing from Antigua, Barbuda.
And from Grand Bahama, Bahamas, I am Ajay Oliver.
The island of Nevis was once one of the richest Caribbean islands. However, European attacks from St. Kitts brought the ultimate death of its sugar industry. But by the early 20th century, sugar estate owners began converting their lands into cotton estates. For over 100 years, Nevis Sea Island cotton was cultivated, and 5 years ago served as a lucrative export crop. Faced with pests, the weather, and the lack of interest by the locals, the cotton industry met its demise in 2013. Although cotton played an integral role in shaping the Nevisian history, its story has yet to be told. Therefore, in honor of its contribution to the Nevisian life, we present Cotton Uwali.
Cotton Uwali is strategically located at New River Estate on 5 acres of land with an entrance fee of $50 US. Our attraction will create awareness amongst visitors regarding the versatility of the cotton plant, whether it be arts and crafts, clothing, cooking, natural cures, and body rejuvenation, while also creating several economic linkages. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax as my teammates and I invite you on a tour of our attraction.
Welcome to Cotton Uwali.
Rico, take it away.
Sure, Joey. Upon entering into Cotton Uwali, you'll be greeted with the Welcome Center. There are stores at the entrance and exit of our attraction. At the stores, they'll feature products such as a cotton seed oil and a cotton gin made from our partner, Clifton Rum Estate. Cowbell Boutique will transform our cotton into spectacular fabrics, such as our ties and scarves, as you see here, certainly demonstrating the strong economic linkages to be created by Cotton Uwali.
Next on the journey is the Cottoneum, home to the artifacts made from the cotton era in Nevis. Photos depicting the Nevisian life and tools used on the cotton estate, as well as items made from the cotton plant, will be displayed. What you think we done?
Cotton Uwali, just a come.
Adjacent is the Colloquium, where children will learn to make the shack with the use of coconut shells and cotton seeds, as well as picture frames using the dried branches of the cotton plant. Additionally, children will bounce on the cotton trampoline, imitating the days where children enjoyed jumping on bales of cotton.
And, Talia, we will use an augmented reality screen to show the germination stages of the cotton plant. As the children are stooping down, they will see themselves as a newly germinating plant. Their arms will be branches that move as they move, and their fingers will be the cotton flowers that open and close. Rico, what else is there to see?
The Cotton Creative Center. This is where cotton history comes alive in an interactive way. It is a new style museum which utilizes interactive, scenographic, and multimedia programs to showcase the cultural heritage of Nevis. All that moving is destined to make you hungry. Talia, what is there to eat?
Rico, you'd never think you could get something yam from cotton. Well, we have found a way. Here at the Cotton Club restaurant, our dishes will feature an infusion of cottonseed oil, as in our salad dressings. Come, indulge in an exotic meal of tree mutton, served with rice and peas and roasted corn. The fresh ingredients needed will be supplied by the farmers and fishermen in Gingerland, attesting to the strong links to be created with the agricultural and fishing sectors. But you think we done?
More attractions are come.
One of the significant attractions of Cotton Uwali is the tour of the cotton farm. Visitors will be given the opportunity to ride aboard genuine donkey carts and will experience at least one aspect of the growing process. The tour will culminate at the gin, where visitors would see the separation of cotton from the cotton seed and the packaging of cotton into bales to be stored in Cotton Uwali's warehouse.
And after the tour, cool down at the Ginnery, the adult zone. Try our delectable Cotton of the Caribbean that features a blend of local rums with fresh pineapple and lemon juice with a dash of cotton essence. The use of local rums, spirits, and beers attest to the tremendous industrial links to be created at our attraction. What you think? We done?
More linkages are come.
At the center of our attraction is Cottonville. This is the entertainment and marketplace of Cotton Uwali. Here, visitors will be entertained by string bands, local artists, and the modeling of clothes from, get this, our cotton.
But wait, there's more. Our cultural links will be enhanced by the marketplace, as it will demonstrate the versatility of cotton. Vendors will sell portraits created using cottonseed oil paints, as well as dolls, pillows, and centerpieces, all made from cotton. Also, herbal remedies and consultations will be provided to treat diseases and even heighten your sexual stimulation. Tell us about our marketing plans, Ajay.
Sure, Talia. Cotton Uwali's sales mix will consist of cruise, yacht passengers, stay-over visitors, and residents. This graph depicts that cruise passengers far surpasses that of stay-over visitors. Therefore, we will have a presence at Charlestown, Pierre in Nevis and Port Zante in St. Kitts. We will focus heavily on the stay-over market by offering free lunch to taxi drivers in Nevis. And we have also partnered with Contours to launch the Creme de la Cotton Uwali package for visitors from St. Kitts. For just $100, guests will get the amazing opportunity to experience 2 islands for the price of 1. The all-inclusive package includes entrance into our attraction, prefix lunch at Cotton Wali's restaurant, round-trip grounds and ferry transportation, as well as a revitalization stop at the Bath Hot Springs. This is indeed offering several economic linkages. Businesses such as Contours, Apple Cider Ferry, and taxi drivers will benefit significantly. We will also utilize social media to appeal to our visitors and to attract locals. Listen to our radio ad.
Gingerland explodes every Thursday and Saturday night with pulsating music, foods, and drinks, all at Cotton Wally. Come feel the rhythm, feel the vibes as Cotton Wally comes alive.
Here at Cotton Wally, we are proud of our sustainable practices. Our entire attraction will be powered by solar energy. We use donkey manure to fertilize our cotton, and use drip irrigation to conserve water usage and to increase the yields of our crops.
And Rico, we are also highly supportive of the community.
Yes, we are.
Therefore, we would host craft workshops for the students of the Gingerland Primary School and actively participate in food and cultural festivals on Nevis.
Our project is mainly funded through a $3 million loan from the Sugar Industry Diversification Fund. Our revenue streams consist primarily of entrance fees to the attraction. We project to make modest profits over the first 3 years. The construction and rehabilitation of buildings, as well as the installation of solar panels, represent a major capital expense. Shiverston's Construction Company will be awarded the contract to create economic linkages with the construction sector.
Cotton Wally intends to revitalize the cotton industry in Nevis, and by extension, St. Kitts, Antigua, and Montserrat. Apart from agricultural links, with Carabatique producing quality fabric, the textiles industry in the Leeward Islands will no longer show made in China.
Cotton Wally, through its economic linkages, will create several jobs, whilst demonstrating the versatility of the cotton plant, from
donkey cart farm tours,
authentic Nevisian cuisine,
delectable alcoholic beverages,
and the sale of its many byproducts. Come and enjoy Cotton Wally naturally. What you think we done?
You think we done?
You think we done?
You think we done?
Cotton Wally, just come.
A round of applause to the Monroe College of the U.S. Representing the University of the Bahamas, from Nassau, Bahamas, our next group. Please welcome our group from the Bahamas.
Esteemed judges, fellow competitors, tourism lovers and enthusiasts, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Stuart Hano,
I'm Laurie Major.
I'm Ashley Turnquist.
And I'm Aisha Jones.
and we're representing
The University of the Bahamas.
The beautiful islands of the Caribbean have been grouped by the UN into categories we now know as small island developing states. We are grouped this way because we all share similar vulnerabilities. These include, but are not limited to, small resource options, high export costs, and a very, very high rate of leakages. The latter is none the more prevalent than in our home country, the Bahamas, which sees 75 cents of each and every tourism dollar leave our country to foreign entities. It is a similar theme across the Caribbean, like I said. As such, the need for truly economic, social, and environmentally sound initiatives should be at the forefront of each and every tourism organization and Caribbean government agenda. What our group will be presenting today is a government initiative that can be implemented across the entire Caribbean. How did we come up with this? We looked at our own tourism product. We looked at our people-to-people program, which paired locals with traveling visitors who seek a deeper cultural experience. We then looked at the emergence of global electronically based hospitality companies like Airbnb, which has seen a 62% increase in guest arrivals in the past year alone. We looked at the emergence of tourism trends like cultural tourism, ecotourism, leisure and luxury tourism, And we said, how could we combine all of these things into a truly exciting initiative? What we came up with was something truly exceptional. We are proposing to take different areas within our own countries where tourism is thriving, incorporate in these areas electronically based accommodation systems that pairs visitors with local and accommodations which suit their traveling interests. Add to this government regulation so that you have a consistent product across the board. Guests will be able to decide where they stay, who they stay with, and what they do there. Our goal is to be able to provide a consistent cultural experience for each and every one of our guests on each and every property. So, Lori, how will we do this?
We present to you the
Bahamas Glory Initiative.
This initiative challenges governments across the Caribbean to fully fund the erection of properties consisting of multiple short-term tourism residences. This allows governments to strategically place these properties in areas that need an economic boost or can be marketed based on their own distinctive competencies. So for our model, the Bahama Glory, we have selected 3 such pilot properties. Andros, our ecotourism giant. Abaco, best suited to our leisure traveler. And Exuma, our luxury visitors haven. This initiative will model sustainable practices. So alternative energy, sustainable waste management, construction, all of these will be incorporated into our properties. However, the goal of this initiative is multifaceted. Firstly, we aim to reduce leakages. As my colleague Stuart has indicated already, the benefits of foreign direct investments are highly negated through the leakages. Therefore, we propose if the government were to fully fund such a project, then it can also relinquish all resulting revenue back to the budget, thus paying off the investment, after which the funds can be used to preserve the host communities of these properties. Judge Roach, what do you think your community can do with an additional $2 million in revenue? Perhaps invested in harvesting the Nassau grouper or the conch, our major export. The opportunities are enormous. But secondly, we aim to provide local employment opportunities. Where we're from, the Bahamas, 77% or more of the population all huddled together on a 21-by-7-mile island just for employment. These properties, however, would allow locals to stay at home and find employment. Thirdly, we aim to promote local partnerships. Our citizens need a chance, and our businesses need the economic activity. Therefore, every contract, every vendor, every supplier for these properties will be given as first preference to our citizens. This allows us to also engage our local universities and other institutions to fund interns and apprentice programs. But fourthly, and perhaps most importantly, we aim to promote local ownership. Therefore, up to 50% of the residences on each of these properties will be available for sale or rent to a Bahamian or a group of Bahamians, thus increasing the multiplier effect of the tourism dollar, as well as allowing each of these Bahamians to have an opportunity of some sort of long-term ownership. This initiative is sustainable based on the amount of homes that can be adjusted based on a government's budget. However, it's also adaptable. We only suggest that governments use one formula, that the initiative launches and is constructed within year 1, within year 2 to 4, pays itself off, breaking even with at least 26 weeks occupancy per year, and in the 4th and 5th years and every year beyond that, bring the glory home. Let the resulting revenue come back and take care of each of our host communities. So, Ashley, how will we market such an initiative?
Well, Laurie, with the increased connectivity now created by social media, personal experiences like travel are now able to be shared with millions of users. We know that persons turn to social media platforms as a means of not only reviewing and recommending, but booking vacation packages. So, of course, our marketing channels will include features like Google banner ads that will circulate throughout target regions under the theme, "There's More to the Bahamas." These will showcase prime features of our initiatives. For example, our ecotourism giant Andros, showcasing our local forestry, our bird watching site, as well as our mysterious blue hole. Similar ads will also be shown on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, showcasing photographs taken by the visitors during their time in the Bahamas. This will allow our Ministry of Tourism to be able to track which features garner the most engagement. Now, the landing page for our initiative will be the Bahama Glory website. This website will highlight each island individually, showcasing all of their native features, as well as provide bookings. Now, bookings will be available on sites like Flipkey, HomeAway, and Airbnb. But when guests use the option of booking through the Bahama Glory website, they will have the option of using our guest activity card. The purpose of this card is to provide exposure to our local businesses who provide activities that guests may not be aware of that exist on these islands. Finally, upon returning home, guests will also have the option of using our version of a referral card, the Bahama Box. This box will showcase to you some highlights of your loved one's experience while in the Bahamas. You may see snapshots of them catching a crab, exploring our blue hole, or swimming with pigs while in Exuma. It may also contain bite-sized pieces of our delicious treats, like our coconut, peanut, and our Benny cake. Using this box will provide future discounted rates for the returning visitor as well as their referred loved one. So Aisha, tell us, is this initiative different from anything that already exists within the Caribbean?
Well, Ashley, in Jamaica, their national community tourism policy and strategy was implemented to ensure that locals benefited from their tourism sector and not just private hotel owners. They'll be looking at multiple sectors, but will be giving a keen look to community tourism. Similarly, the Bahama Glory Initiative will be looking at community tourism. However, we are planning on standardizing our process. This means that we will be vetting, training, and giving each of our families a basic schedule to follow for each of our guests. This will then lower our chances of variability in our products. We'll also have local buy-in because all of our families will either be buying or renting these homes from the government for long-term use. And as previously mentioned, every single dollar made from this initiative will go right back to the Bahamian government. In Cuba, their initiative focuses on gaining advice from sustainable tourism experts on how their tourism product can become more sustainable. We are doing the exact opposite. We're going to be focusing more on internal relations as opposed to external relations. In the Bahamas, we have lost our voice in our tourism products due to globalization and foreign direct investment. Well, we say enough is enough, and it's time to put the power back in the people's hands. We're going to be creating an audience amongst ourselves and using the advice given to us by locals that actually live in the areas in which these properties are located. And we're, of course, going to be getting this information through interviews, town hall meetings, and surveys. In regard to expenses, the initial cost of this investment will be about $9 million. And as Laurie previously mentioned, the investment should be able to pay itself off within the first 3 to 5 years of its existence. Now let's talk about adaptations. This property can be downsized to 5 homes, or it can be multiplied to 100, depending on what your local community can accommodate and maintain effectively. Each property is going to be marketed based on its distinct competencies, and key partnerships can be created with local companies and organizations like the Blue Mountains National Park in Jamaica and Plant Barbados in Barbados. The aim of this initiative is to create and maximize on the opportunities being afforded to us because of the increased segmentation of the global tourism market. When our government invests in our people, and when they tap into our resources, and they bridge the gap between our local communities and our industries, it can cause drastic turnarounds all across the Caribbean. And it can increase our confidence in our government and in ourselves. So Ashley, could you see this initiative becoming the Barbados Glory Initiative?
The Virgin Island Glory Initiative?
The Jamaican Glory Initiative?
The Trinidad Glory Initiative?
We report,
you decide. Thank you.
I'm getting some money out of you. kill me. $100 bill now, it a fi money. $50 bill now, it a fi kill me. 10 and 20, it a fi money.
Let me tell you a secret. I used to this a secret. Enough you left ya. Or else. I want to tell you about the Bath community in St. Thomas. You heard me. Not Bath in England, but Bath in St. Thomas. Perhaps Jamaica's most forgotten parish. Not a lot of people know about Bath, but let me tell you, this community has so much to offer, including a wealth of history. By the way, my name is Knight, Alicia Knight, but everybody calls me Mad and Cleo. And now that you're paying keen attention, allow me to share some more with you. Not going about, you know. Not a thing is happening in this community with a population of roughly 1,600. Young and old alike are undereducated and underemployed. A few are subsistence farmers who sell ground provisions and herbs. Plenty herbs. Some of which are used to make the oil. But for the most part, this is how we make a living through the daily hustle. What a shame! As we have an abundance of resources that could really be used to improve the lives of the community members.
Hi, Mother Cleo. How you do?
Good evening, Katrina. Me just there look for a community good resources are got to waste.
Lord, don't even talk about that. Every morning I wake up and think about the same thing. Tired of seeing people sitting down wondering where they're going to get their next meal from or even a dollar.
That's why we need to develop the community and make some money start run and make the place look nice. I long for the day when we truly transform our lives through tourism.
Good evening, everybody. How you do?
Man, all looking for dejected. Boy, Alyssa, pass me that little boost.
How ironic. That's actually what I did at my final year research project at UTech. Developing Bath as a sustainable community tourism destination. So, we could actually use that project to help implement pro-poor tourism in the community. And that way, the community members can directly benefit.
Yes, fancy words. Pro-poor tourism, sustainable development. What does that mean? What exactly would we need to develop and how?
Well, firstly, Bath has a super rich history. Did you know it was once a world-famous health and wellness destination?
Really?
Yes, man. The Bath community is located at the foothills of the Jonker Mountains, and the curated pools of the fountain are world-renowned. Matter of fact, legend has it that the curated pools were first discovered by a runaway slave in 1609, Mr. Sebastian.
You mean Jacob?
Yes, man, him same one, Jacob Sebastian. He was mercilessly beaten by his slave master and left for dead. So he sought refuge in the only place he thought no one would find him, the Bath Fountain. After about a day of hiding out in the fountain, he realized that his wounds and a massive ulcer on his leg were miraculously healed. Of course, word of this spread like wildfire, and Bath soon became the center of early tourism in Jamaica because the British started going there to be healed of leprosy and several other ailments.
That is so true. Today, we still hustle at the fountain, but this natural spring is widely reputed to cure a list of health conditions, including gout, rheumatism, eczema, skin cancer, and any other skin condition.
Boring. Tired of the talk about the past. Let's talk about our future. How are we going to use the fountain to improve our lives and make some money?
Well, the Bath Fountain's waters has one of the highest levels of radioactivity in the world. It also has a super high concentration of lime, magnesium, and sulfur, which is what helps give the water its healing properties.
So the first thing we need to do is develop the community's main attraction, which is a famous bath fountain.
Exactly. We need to make it more profitable, man, and utilize the community members so they can directly benefit. We can do things like implementing an entrance fee, and we can establish a gift shop, that sells bath branded merchandise like towels, oils, lotions, face masks, and it all be locally made by the community members using the indigenous plants and herbs that are good for health and wellness.
Slow down, Alistair, slow down. Let's not put the cart before the horse. We can train our residents to offer water massages, hydrotherapy.
It's actually good for hypertension.
Yes, it is. And we could do facials and mud baths. After all, the mud is said to be the fountain of youth.
Yes, people who are 60, 80, 90, looking like 30 and 40. If you don't believe me, just take a look at Chef Walker Barrett over there.
Yes, man, she looking real nice for 70. But we could use the healing properties of the water to cure our own world-renowned athletes and others who are looking for a nice, quiet place to rest and recuperate.
No, you're talking. I have dreams of NBA players, cricketers, Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell coming to a little getaway in paradise. But what about the little pop-down hotel?
Pop-down hotel? I tell you what, that little 60-room hotel is just the start. If persons are going to be coming to Bath, they need somewhere to stay, of course. So I suggest we renovate the existing hotel, and we can get a little help from the Tourism Enhancement Fund. I'll put the proposal together. We want to create a sparse, luxurious estate with the hillsides and nature as the backdrop. And our local carpenters can utilize the abundance of cedar, mahogany, bamboo, to make the necessary furnishings.
I see where you're going. More jobs being created. But we need to extend the product offering of the fountain and continue the luxury spa offering.
We can also do traditional massages. Not kind of Swedish now,
No, man, we're going to offer Jamaicanized massages to relieve the body of stress and tension.
Also, those adventure tourists who are looking for a genuinely immersive experience, them can stay in our house too.
Of course, we can use things like Airbnb and homestays to help advertise our homes to guests.
I'm finally getting this pro-poor thing. If visitors stay in our home,
we're making money.
Eating from our cook shops and restaurants,
we're making money.
Our farmers supply local produce,
we're making money.
And if visitors want to engage in our activities such as hiking and our religious festivals,
we're still making money.
Why? Enough money. But there is one aspect of the product that we haven't mentioned yet.
What is that?
Me and the oils, of course.
Oils?
Yes, man. The Bath community not only has the Bath fountain as a miraculous healing source. There are several other spiritual healers like myself. I even have more magic than the fountain. I have many medicinal plants that I get from the nearby botanical gardens that I use for healing, like the moringa, the Madam Faith, and the pimento. I've been working healing miracles for decades, and I've cured persons of illness that even doctors and other professionals said were incurable. And you remember the oils? Them good for everything. Back problems?
She have a oil for that.
Can't sleep at night?
She have a oil for that.
Man problems?
She have a oil for that.
And if you want to win the CCO competition,
she have a oil for that too. We're really offering an awesome product.
Bath is a unique little community. It's the only place in Jamaica where the mongoose is a delicacy.
Mongoose? Yes, man. A lot of people might despise mongoose, but if you're around here, it's quite popular. We even have a mongoose festival where people can learn about it and different ways to prepare it for consumption.
But who will come so we can really make the money?
I see more silver-haired tourists coming. The more mature travelers. We're looking for those individual, domestic, and international travelers, looking for mental, spiritual, and therapeutic healing. We call them health and wellness stories.
Quite so. But I am more interested in the younger, more adventurous set. It's what them call them again? The millennials. Yes, they can be our secondary market.
Of course. And we can even partner with some online travel agencies like TripAdvisor and Expedia.
No, I will always depend on the ever-reliable word of mouth.
When will the visitors come and how?
That's the easy part, man. We can still rely on the peak season, November to April. But we're not looking for huge numbers, We want the destination to remain an idyllic year-round destination that caters to about 50 visitors per day, whether from North America, Europe, Asia, and we can partner with the Jamaica Tourist Board and TPDCO to help set up a visitor management system to prevent over-tourism.
But how do we ensure that as a community we deliver excellent service?
Well, we can train our residents at the country's national training institution, the Heart Trust, in skills such as carpentry, spa services, hotel operations, and we can make sure that the entire community is Team Jamaica certified by the TPDCO. Plus, we can get funding from the Tourism Enhancement Fund and Chase Fund.
Yes, that covers the funding for the project. But we can also get more development we can get more investment from the Development Bank of Jamaica. But how much would we need? We can't get help if we don't know the figure, can we?
I'll put the figures together, man. We're going to need some money for hotel redevelopment, roads and basic infrastructure, furnishing and capital investment, as well as the addition of more superstructure.
How will we make this balance?
Think is it easy, man? I think we can make a minimum of about 500 US per visitor per day. So in about 2 years, we should see a healthy return on our investment. And in the meantime, the residents of the community are socially and economically better off.
I really love this man. Tourism not only for me, tourism also for you. Make we work some magic with the Ministry of Tourism as our partner.
Later we talk, y'all?
Yes, man, later.
I can see it now. Tourism is really the way to our future.
This concludes our presentations from the competitors this evening. I wouldn't want to be a judge tonight because I'm sure you will agree that this was 4 excellent presentations. Before we announce the winner, we'd like to invite the chief judge. Oh, you all are coming together? Okay. Okay.
Hi, everybody. What we're going to do here is we've already tallied up the scores, but before we announce, or not we, the winners are announced, what we would like to do is give you guys sort of a minute or 2 minutes of our thoughts of each presentation. You guys put in a lot of work, and it shows. And I want to congratulate every single one of the groups. You guys were fantastic. You guys, the presentations were all outstanding. So kudos to you guys. And I think she was absolutely right when he said the future of the Caribbean is in good hands. So you guys did a great job. So congratulations. So we're going to go into order that you guys presented, okay?
Hi, everyone. My name's Rob, and I just had some comments for the wonderful ladies at the Cayman Islands. So I want to first say, how about that presentation? Wasn't that unbelievable? I mean, the presentation, spotless. Just the presentation, you're all in sync, you're having a great time. How you memorized, all 4 groups, how you guys memorized, just spectacular. But the presentation so far was just amazing. So really nice job. Prior to the event, we reviewed the business plan, and I would really say, too, on the business plan, the marketing and the financials, really nice job. It's really important to look at those parts that sometimes don't get as much attention, but from a viability standpoint, nice job on the financials and the marketing component. And then also just the product that you were positioning out there, the village, the villa, or the village, the villas, and the water park. Again, you've differentiated it from your competitors out there. It's a nice job. So again, you really looked at the product and how to make it unique. A couple things just to think about, just as sort of constructive feedback. One, you talk about raising $10 million. That's a lot of money. So again, the viability of just seeing how you can get there, how you can work on that, because that's a lot of money to get any project, not just yours, up and running. You talked about the debt to equity ratio. You said about 70% would be equity. That's also, getting local people to buy in on a project, that's challenging too. So how could you do that? You don't have to, anytime you're proposing something, you might not have every little single detail, but how you would get to that, again, another thing to look at. And what was the last thing? Oh, you targeted the cultural tourism market. Right now, just in the travel industry, and a lot of people would nod their head, the adventure travel market, the food travel market, these are big sectors. And I think you could take that base of cultural tourism and expand it to these other markets, because these are big markets, and I think collectively it would allow you to diversify. And then lastly, I think just as a question for the overall concept that you had is, how can you take something that is man-woman made, man-made, and make it experiential? Because that I think is a challenge too with the project in general, is because people when they travel to a destination, they want to experience a destination, no matter where they're going to be. And so making that experiential and component is a challenge for anyone. So again, most importantly, amazing job. Love what you guys put together from bottom to top. So you should really be proud.
Hi everybody, I'm Petra. I think when we first started reading about cotton, it was like, how can you make cotton interesting? It's possibly one of the most dull things that you can think of. But I think what you guys did was absolutely amazing in taking a small genesis of an idea, creating so many linkages, and ensuring that there were no leakages whatsoever. I think the creative element of it was absolutely spot on, to the point where you're taking the remains of the cotton plant and turning it into beautiful art. And you're taking the cottonseed oil and the remnants of the cotton and make it into aphrodisiacs. There was something there for everyone. And, we all thought that it was extremely well thought through. It's an actual, very practical implementation of an idea. The thought process in terms of the investment and getting that funding from the diversification fund was stellar, because, in a day and age like today where economically we are having so many challenges, finding investment is extremely difficult. And Reggie actually made reference to another program that's being funded by Timberland actually at the minute in Haiti, where they're also trying to rejuvenate the cotton industry. Very well worked together, beautifully spoken. The elocution was perfect. The combination of the genres of movement and speech and song was great. The only thing that we'd like you to think about is that cotton is such a susceptible industry. We've got all these weevils and, bad weather. What do you do with that community if that were to happen? But again, stellar performance, and good luck.
Being from Haiti, you all should help and bring these ideas to my little island. So well done. To the Bahamas, is anyone here from the government of the Bahamas or tourism from the Bahamas? I think these 4 need jobs. If anything, I think these 4 need to be hired immediately. And Selma will have to tell us if they got jobs or internships next year. Well done. I thought the business plan was fantastic. I think you presented a lot of ideas. The people-to-people program like this fantastic, tying into Airbnb was brilliant. The Bahama Box, I thought that was outstanding, right? I really thought each of those elements in itself could have been a great sort of initiative, but you had a lot in there. The business plan was well written. The only thing I would share is that there was a lot to tackle, and from an implementation point of view, relying also only on government without private sector, we just thought that would be something you should consider. But I thought Even if you just did the box or did the Airbnb to people, I thought it was outstanding. Please help them get jobs. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Hugh, and this is my fourth time here. And I was telling the judges that they will not be disappointed in being here because it is just such an honor to be here and just watch these amazing talented people perform. So, Jamaica. As Rob said, we read your business plans. Jamaica's was kind of thick, but what I really enjoyed about your presentation was that you guys seem to be having a great time. And I think your rehearsals, you must have had a lot of fun just putting this whole thing together. A lot of the way you set up the premise that there is a need for this type of tourism, I thought was very strong. And so a lot of the stats was great. A couple things, I think, and we're judges, so there is a but for everything. I think my but was, I was really excited. I'm like reading a good story, watching a good play, and it seems to you seem to have lost your thread of thought a little bit there. You had a product, and I wasn't sure what it was. I know it's the Bass Spring, but I wasn't sure who the target was. Was it millennials? Was it people looking for wellness? So I think you got a little lost there. You were really good in setting it up, but you seem to not tied the whole thing together. But other than that, absolutely outstanding. So congratulations, and congratulations to everybody, by the way.
A round of applause for our judges. Thank you so much. And thank you again for the wrap-up. We'd now like to call on Jacqueline Johnson to present to all teams certificates of participation for 2018. We'll start with the Cayman Islands. Thank you, ladies, from the University of the Cayman Islands. So this was Janae, Shanique, Elizabeth, and Avian. We'd like to call on the students from Monroe College. Alfonso, Rico, Ajayi, and Talia. Congratulations again for participating in 2018. The University of the Bahamas. Stuart Hanna, Aisha Jones, Ashley Turnquest, and Laurie Major. Thank you and congratulations. From the University of Technology in Jamaica, Nakisha Palmer, Chantal Green, Alicia Knight, Katrina, congratulations, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, the third runner-up for the 2018 Students Colloquium is the Bahamas. I would like to call City Tech to make the presentation for the third runner-up and the second runner-up, I'm sorry. And the second runner-up. Please join me in welcoming Jamaica. We'd like to invite City Tech to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone, ministers, guests. It is a pleasure for us to sponsor this event each and every year. Andrea, she was the very first person to call us and say we need your help, and we were very happy to do it. So it is our pleasure, and we're glad to see the participants keep up the good work, and all the organizers. Thank you.
Our first runner-up is also, the prizes were also donated by City Tech. You'd like to come back, Andre? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Cayman Islands. To present our 2018 winner, we'd like to call on the chairman of the CTO to make a presentation to Monroe College.